Hey guys, if you still like us after listening to this podcast, do us a favor and share this with a friend of yours or a family member. Maybe not your mom or dad, but somebody who you think will still like us after listening to it. Also, it'd be great if you can give us a like on Facebook or write a nice comment about us on iTunes so more people can share the love and conquer their shame.
I walked into a Dairy Queen in this town in California with my uncle because he wanted to get ice cream. And working behind the counter was a woman who I was just immediately infatuated with. She seemed to be about like 18 years old, and I was just immediately like taken with her. I didn't even know her name because none of the people in there wore name tags for some reason. I even went in there one time, and she wasn't working, but somebody else was. And I just asked that girl, "Hey, how come you guys don't wear name tags in here?" And she said, I quote, "Oh, it's because a lot of creepy guys try to hit on us." So I was like, no shit, okay. I was checking out, and she was like writing me up, and I said, "Hey, what's your name?" And she was like, "Melissa," and she was like kind of like looking at me like that. And I'm like, "Oh, hi, I'm Stryker. I come in here a lot, and you're kind of cute, and you seem really cool, and I was wanting to know if maybe you can give me my number and we can go out for coffee." And so she just looked at me for like a minute or so, and then she just goes, "Yeah, I suppose I could give it a shot." So I wait a couple days, and I call her, and I'm like, "Hey, it's me from the Dairy Queen. You still want to go out for coffee?" And she's like, "Yeah, that'd be good." My mom dropped me off at the Starbucks. Thanks, Nancy. And she came in, and we talked, and we had a great time. It was fun, but she was kind of young, you know. It was weird. We didn't like have a lot in common. Like, it was almost like culturally, everything she liked was like the stereotypical bad thing to like. Like, she liked Tyler Perry movies, and I asked her what kind of music she was into, and I swear to God, this is like almost verbatim the answer she gave. She said, "Oh, you know, I like anything with a good beat, all that good stuff. Skillet, Linkin Park, Nickelback." And it's like, oh man, you never even been on the internet, have you? Holy shit. So I asked her, "Hey, yeah, how old are you? You seem to be about 18. And she said, "You seem to be about 18. How old are you?" And I said, "I'm 15. And she goes, "I'm 23.
There we go.
Hey guys, this is We Still Like You,
The podcast.
The show that you hopefully listened to before. If not, it's all about celebrating our shame, and it's the day after Valentine's Day, today, when we're recording this live.
Absolutely. This week we were talking about Valentine's Day.
We're not
No,
talking about. We don't have enough stories about Valentine's Day, so you get the second best thing, and it's about dates. This is our episode all about first dates, bad dates mostly, drunk dates.
We'll just let you guys figure it out for yourselves as you listen to this first story by local Chicago comedian Josh Ejnes.
Your first performer is a really cool guy. He's new to the comedy scene. We're really excited to have him because he's like fucking crushing it. Guys, everybody get excited. Get your hands together for Josh Ejnes.
My freshman year of college, there was this girl that I really liked, and she didn't like me. And I thought to myself, maybe she doesn't like me because she doesn't know how fast I can drink a whole handle of vodka. So I did that in front of her. And we were in my dorm room with my roommate and a couple other people, and when you drink that much so fast, it doesn't hit you till later. So I was fine for a half hour, and we were hanging out for a while. And the last thing I remember is we were leaving my room, and I grabbed this hat that I bought as a joke and never planned on wearing, but I wore it out that night. And it was a flat-billed hat, and it said Wheezy across the front. And then under the bill it said Young Money. And then on the back it said Young Money, Cash Money, Billionaires. We were in Columbia, Missouri. If you ever go there, there's a restaurant. It's called El Rancho. And yeah, it's where everyone goes, like every single drunk person in town goes there after 2 a.m. It's like a kind of small Mexican restaurant that's like so full, like you literally can't move. And when I got there, I apparently like couldn't speak anymore. I can't talk. I sit down in this stool and try to eat these nachos, but I keep like falling out and just hitting the floor. So the girl I was trying to impress had to hold me, but I'm bigger than her. So I kept kind of like pulling her down too. And then I say bathroom. And one of my friends kind of carries me into the bathroom. And I'm in there. And then after a while, they're all like, that's too long. And they open the door to it's like a single person bathroom. They open it, and I'm like laying on my stomach, and my pants are down, but my underwear's up. So my friend Josh picks me up, and he has me kind of like from behind under the arms, and he starts trying to like carry me around, and it's like a packed restaurant. The lady behind the counter was like, yeah, you have to go. You can't be here. And somewhere throughout all this, I lost the Wheezy hat. This was like, yeah. Like, I'm bigger than most of the people that I'm with, so they can't, like, carry me very far, and they start trying to, like, carry me like a starfish. Like, they each take one limb. And because like they're doing this in like kind of a crowded like college town street, like strangers come and they like take turns carrying me. Like people are like passing me off over their shoulders. And we're doing this for a while. And this pickup truck pulls up. And this guy rolls down his window and he's like, hey, my name's Jeff. I'm an RA. I can get this guy where he needs to go. And then my friends were like, aren't you a little drunk to be driving? And then Jeff was like, I've driven on ecstasy. And then they put me in the car with Jeff. And like they drove me to my dorm and they get me up like to in front of my room. But you have to swipe your ID and you have to enter. You have to press like a 4-number code. And so I'm like throwing up in the hallway. They're trying to make sure like no RAs or anything see me. Jeff is still with us. And I keep saying letters. I won't say numbers. And so I'm out there for like 10 minutes. They're trying to get me in. And I'm like, I start vomiting blood. Yeah. So luckily, I guess an RA sees me. And he calls like an ambulance. And they're like, all right, whatever you do, don't have him drink any water because I'll push it through his system, like the alcohol. And then Jeff starts trying to give me water. And it's kind of like, they're like, okay, that's not good. And they start talking to Jeff and they're like, yeah, you said you're an RA, where? And he won't give them any information. And he kind of runs off, and I go to the hospital, and like I don't remember any of that. It's all things people have told me. What I remember is I wake up and I hear beepings, and I'm like, okay, that's no good. And I woke up with no glasses, and I'm legally blind. So the first thing I asked is like, did I come here with glasses? And the lady was like, no. So that's bad. And the second question I asked was, can I pee? Because I really had to pee. And she went, you have a catheter in. And I thought that meant I couldn't pee. So I sat there holding it in, and like an hour later she comes by and she says, okay, I'm going to take the catheter out. but I still don't know what that is. But I figure it's like something in your arm. Yeah. And I was like, is it gonna hurt? And she said, I can't describe what it's gonna feel like. And she pulls it out, and it's no good. And then I go back to my dorm, and I go to sleep for a little. I wake up, and I go out to eat with my friend Matt, and he tells me what happens. And then later that night, I actually met up with that girl I was trying to impress. And she was like, yeah, we all thought you were gonna die. And I was like, yeah, it was pretty cool, right? And we actually made out. And then we dated.
Whatever happened to Jeff?
It turns out Jeff was an RA, but with a different... Oh, yeah. He got fired. Yeah, I forgot that. I don't know if I feel bad or not, because, like, he did save me, but he also, like, drunk drove me, like, a considerable distance.
All right, that was Josh Ejnes. Great story, great comedian. More tales of first dates going horribly awry coming up. I hope you'll keep listening.
So I actually just got sober, and so now I'm trying to figure out how to date sober, and it sucks. Like, it's really hard to go on dates. I don't want to go out at night because I don't want people to be like, why aren't you drinking?
Especially first dates are usually drink dates.
Right, and it would be like, well, here, let me tell you how I messed up my life or whatever.
Right.
But I did go on a coffee date with a girl because I was like, oh, this has to be how it works now. We just go out for coffee. And the whole time I just sat there and ended up hooking up with her, but I couldn't go out with her again because she wore Hot Topic ties.
No, fair.
And I was like, if we were drinking, I could date her for like a couple months until that bothered me. But not drinking, I couldn't even hook up with her again. Nothing makes it easier.
This is a story from Tyson Karrasch. He's one of my favorite comedians in Chicago, and this is a just bonkers story. Enjoy.
You might see him tending bar at I.O. all the time. He also runs the I.O. Open Mic and the great show Set to Scene, which is an improv and stand-up collaboration every Monday at 8 o'clock in the Chris Farley cab. Please welcome a hilarious comedian. He just opened for Colin Jost at Zany's. Tyson Karrasch, everyone.
Hey, keep it going for Tyler Snodgrass, huh? Put my drink right there. How are you guys doing? Good. So I'm going to tell this story for you. That's how I start off telling stories. Here comes a story. Prepare yourself. I am originally from San Diego, California. That's where I grew up. This story takes place when I was 21 years old. When you're 21, you're an idiot. Everyone is. I was no exception. And it was just the weekend. It was like my best friend had just turned 21. And so we went out, and it was St. Patrick's Day weekend. And our plan was, as 21-year-olds, we're like, well, we should probably hit up like 6 bars. That's probably a good idea. That's what people do, right? No one does that. It's a stupid thing to do. I made it physically to 5 bars. My brain didn't go to all of them. And I remember specifically this night drinking Everclear, that's what we were drinking. We were taking shots of Everclear. Yeah. So we went out after that, and I remember up to like the third bar, and then I blacked out. Like the next thought that I have, like the next conscious thought, is just waking up in this bedroom, and I remember it was very, very hot, and it was like 9 in the morning, and I didn't know whose bedroom I was in. It was very obviously, it was a girl's bedroom. There was no girl there. It was just me, and it was like really wet and sticky, and I was like, I'm sweating a lot. I have sweated a lot. And then I kind of come to and start to like look around my surroundings and be like, okay, what's going on? And then I realize, okay, I peed the bed a whole lot. And this was not a small amount of pee. It was just like the epicenter around, it was just 90% piss in this bed. It was amazing, like that the human body can actually piss that much. I was like looking around, I was like, holy shit, I did all of this. This is, wow, quite remarkable. And all I had on were my boxers, and they were very much soaked in piss as well. They were really a lot of piss. So I'm like, okay, well, I've got to remedy this situation. What am I to do? So I get out of the bed, and then I start to look around this apartment, and I'm super drunk. Like I'm still really, really drunk, and my cognitive skills aren't like really on point. But I start walking around this apartment, and then I go, well, I gotta dry my boxers. Idiot, like let's do that. So then I go looking for like a washer dryer. Let's see if they have a washer dryer in this strange apartment. Smart. They do not have one. So I'm like, well, I gotta find some way to dry it. I know, microwave. So smart. You gotta do it, you know? So there's very drunk decisions. And at the time, that seemed like such a smart idea, too. Like, you have no idea. I was like, that's such a good... So then I take my boxers off in the kitchen, in this strange person's kitchen. I don't know who this is. And I take off my boxers, and I put them on the microwave. I'm like, I don't know, like 2 minutes? Yeah, that's good. That'll probably get the job done, right? And then I remember, like, doing that and being like, well, in the meantime, I'm just going to give myself some water. Like, I'm really parched right now. And then I start pouring myself water, and then I look back at the microwave, and the boxers are on fire. They are fully in, like, just all the flames in the microwave, which I didn't even know was possible until that would happen. But they are on fire. And so then I take them out really quick, and I throw them in the sink, and all this smoke just, like, comes, like, rushing out of the microwave. And immediately, the smoke alarm goes off. So the smoke alarm's going off. I'm super naked. Just standing there in the strange person's kitchen. Smoke alarm's going off. You guys get like the urgency, you know. And so immediately this girl comes out, and I don't know where I am, and I don't know the girl that I left with because I don't remember leaving with a girl. So this girl comes out of this bedroom, and I don't know if this is the girl that I peed her bed or whatever we did. I don't know. But she's really upset. And she has every right to be upset. Like, I'm a stupid idiot, and I'm naked, and it's probably pretty scary for her. But I'm just like doing that. I'm like, hey. Like, you don't know how to act until that happens to you. Just wait. And then she has a really solid opener when she sees me. She goes, hey, who the fuck are you? Which was pretty good. I was like, nice, that sounds about right. And I was like, Tyson? She's like, okay, Tyson? What the fuck are you doing in my apartment right now? It's like, also, great question. It's a really solid question. And again, still really, really drunk. Not thinking super well, and I just go, making you guys some popcorn? Because that's like the best thing I could think to say. It's making you guys popcorn. And then she goes, naked? You're making us popcorn? At 9 a.m., you're making us popcorn naked? And I like just kept thinking about it. I was like, yeah. Probably. And then she goes, well, that's crazy because I know we don't have any popcorn. Ah. And then so I'm still standing there just going like, well, all right, here's what happened. And I go through this like sad version of what happened. You know, I'm like, I think I slept with this girl that lives here, but I don't know. I'm really scared right now. I peed all over like someone's bed. I suck. I'm the worst. And then I tried to dry in my boxers, and then I think I started an electrical fire. And then immediately, like, this girl, like, she just goes, like, she's like, Karen? And then I hear, like, a voice from this, like, back, like, that I didn't even know room that I didn't even know was there. It was, like, a family room or whatever. And she's like, yeah. She's like, why aren't you in your bed? She's like, someone peed in it. So what I did was, at that point, I had to do this, like, super shameful walk past the girl that, again, I don't know, I couldn't ask her, like, did we have sex? Or, like, what happened? But I had to, like, walk past her and then, like, I got my jeans, and then that's all I could find, by the way, were my jeans. So I put my jeans on, super confidently, got out of the apartment, and then got a cab home, and I got this, I'm pretty sure it was Nigerian, probably a Western African dude, driving me home, and we're listening to the classic rock station, and he didn't say anything the whole time, and like he asked, where are you going? And I gave him my destination, and he's like, okay, and then like we're driving, and then he didn't say anything the entire trip, which was like a 10-minute trip, except for like at one point, he just like turned to the back seat, and he's just like, because I smelled like so much piss. That's gonna do it for me, guys. You guys are a lot of fun. Thank you so much.
So that was a story by Tyson Karrasch.
And that has been our First Dates episode. Thank you so much for listening. First dates, what do you do? I don't know. Get nervous, maybe get a little drunk. I don't know. What are your experiences? Tweet at us at Pete Holmes. The real Pete Holmes.
We Still Like You is produced by Dan Sheehan, Danny Gallegos, Tyler Snodgrass, Shannon Knoll, and J. Michael Osborne, who is also our resident live artist. In Los Angeles, it is produced by Andy Sell.
The podcast is produced by Jesse Patend, engineered by Jesse Patend and Sam Haas. Our theme song is Specific People by Jake Tobin. Big thanks to all the people who've housed our live shows at various undisclosed locations around Chicago, and to you, the listener, for being there.
If you'd like to know more about where you can watch We Still Like You or submit to be on We Still Like You, please check out our website, which is westilllikeyou.com, and also you can find us on Facebook.
Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.
Next time on We Still Like You.
Smash cut to... This is the letter our landlord sent us when we moved out. Dave, here's your security deposit. Never in my 20 years of being a landlord have I had to deal with two worse tenants than you and Joe. Not once did Joe complete a single superintendent duty, nor was your rent ever paid on time.